Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm tackling a big question that a lot of people are asking right now. Is blogging dead? And especially if you've been hit by recent Google updates, you might be wondering if blogging is still a viable career or if it's time to throw in the towel. Or perhaps you're totally new to blogging and have been hearing a lot of rumours and wondering if it's worth starting a blog in 2024 or 2025 if you're watching this in the future. I'm going to share my personal opinion and insights as someone who's been in the blogging industry for many years. Spoiler alert, no, I don't think blogging is dead, but it has changed a lot. And if you want to succeed, you'll need to change your approach too. In this video, I'm going to share my personal experience, the strategies I'm using right now, and how I believe bloggers can still thrive, just in a different way. So let's start with the elephant in the room, Google. Over the last year or so, they've rolled out multiple updates, starting with the pretty catastrophic helpful content update and followed by other even more catastrophic core and spam updates. Let's be honest, a lot of us got hit hard. For my travel blog, Pocket Wanderings, I lost around 50% of my traffic after these updates. And I know I'm not alone here. Some bloggers have been hit even harder and given up completely. It makes me incredibly angry that such a big corporation can destroy the incomes of small businesses with the push of a button. And I am genuinely gutted for people who have completely lost their livelihood and are now struggling to support their families. But this isn't going to be a Google rant, because while that would be satisfying and therapeutic, it doesn't offer you guys much value. But all these shenanigans have led a lot of people to ask whether blogging is still worth it when so much of our traffic historically has relied on Google. But here's the thing, Google isn't everything. Yes, it can still be a good traffic source for some people, but the days of relying solely on Google traffic are over. When I saw that drop in traffic after the updates, I had two choices, panic or pivot. Obviously I panicked first and foremost, and then cried, and did a lot of moaning. But ultimately, I chose not to give up. I was lucky not to lose all of my traffic. I lost about half, which is still devastating, but it was easier to stay in the game when I still had something. Now that I'm over the initial upset, I made the decision to pivot. I know we've all heard a lot of Facebook and Pinterest experts pipe up and tell you it's possible to get even better traffic with alternative channels. And while that might be true, it's certainly not easy and it certainly doesn't happen quickly. I'm going to share my honest thoughts on how it's going for me. So here's what I've been doing. No one can dispute the fact that it is no longer smart to rely just on Google. So I've started trying to diversify my traffic sources like a lot of us have. The channels I'm focusing more on are Facebook, Pinterest, and email marketing. Facebook and Pinterest are great because they can provide tons of traffic if you know how to optimize for those platforms. I've always had a Facebook page, but I've never really done anything with it. So I've been investing some money in ads to grow my followers, and I'm experimenting with my posting schedule. The results so far, honestly, abysmal. I would love to sit here and tell you that it's been great and I'm getting loads of traffic, but I'm not yet. That's also not really surprising though. These things don't happen overnight, and I think it's really easy to feel despondent when you don't see results after putting in loads of effort, especially when you see like gurus online saying how much traffic they get from their Facebook or Pinterest or email, whatever it is. If I could go from zero traffic to thousands of daily visitors from Facebook in a couple of months, then everyone would have done that a long time ago. It'll take time, so I'm going to persevere and I'm determined to make it work. I will report back. I'm also going to push Pinterest more. Again, it's something I've always done in the background and I see a small amount of traffic from Pinterest, but certainly nothing mind-blowing. It's on my to-do list to really refine my Pinterest strategy so I can start taking advantage of this platform. But there's one area that I really need to focus on more. Remember that while you own your blog, you don't own the traffic coming from Google or from any social channel like Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest. Any of these companies could change their algorithm and overnight you lose everything. They can change the rules at any time. The only traffic channel you fully own is your email list. So for me, building that list and actually using it is going to become a central part of my strategy. An email list gives you direct access to your audience without worrying about algorithms or platform changes. While I don't really like courses because I think so many are just well, a bit rubbish, I've just bought a course that came highly recommended, and I'm hoping it will allow me to supercharge my email strategy. So now that you've heard my personal story and action plan, let's get into the big question. Is blogging dead? The answer, for me at least, is a definite no, but it's definitely not the same as it used to be. One of the biggest shifts is that SEO, while still important for some, isn't the be-all and end-all anymore. A lot of SEO best practices have become less effective, especially with these Google updates. So focusing on things like writing super long posts just because Google loves long-form content doesn't cut it anymore. In fact, I'd recommend avoiding those kinds of SEO best practices that are purely about ranking. I know a lot of us will argue that these SEO best practices were genuinely good for the user and that we're still providing genuine value. But unfortunately, a lot of bloggers, myself included, ended up following a very clear format for creating content. Keyword research, long-form content, optimized posts, listicles, best ofs, and sadly, Google decided one day that it didn't like that anymore. Not only that, but we now have Google's intimate relationship with Reddit to contend with as well. Plus AI overviews, which are definitely stealing traffic from blogs. So instead, I'd personally suggest writing a mix of SEO first content and social first content. Or just go with social first content if you really want to stick it to Google. And frankly, I don't blame you. For SEO first content, you want to target specific search queries like many of us are used to doing. For example, on a travel blog, you might write best time to visit Japan. That's a classic SEO friendly post. You can still make it super valuable by providing your own personal insights and not making it overly long for the sake of it. But that's not all you should be doing anymore. You should also write social first content designed to be engaging and shareable. For instance, a post like, "Don't make these mistakes when you visit Japan," could be perfect for platforms like Facebook because it's a little more enticing and people are likely to share it. This type of content will also perform well in your emails too, so it's a win-win. So, how do you succeed with blogging in 2024 and beyond? First and foremost, diversify your traffic. This is the golden rule. Don't rely on just one source of traffic. Yes, SEO can still be part of your strategy, but it shouldn't be everything. Start experimenting with Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, or even TikTok if it works for your niche. Next, I recommend thinking about your monetization differently. A lot of bloggers depend heavily on display ads, which are very reliant on traffic, but that can be risky, as we have seen. Instead, try branching into digital products, things like ebooks, courses, or printables. These can provide a steady income that isn't tied to traffic as much. Also, brand partnerships are another great way to monetize, especially if you're able to build authority in your niche, and also if you have lots of email subscribers. Which brings me on to my next point. Focus on your email list. I can't stress this enough. Building a loyal audience through your list means you have a direct line to them, whether it's for new blog posts, products, or affiliate offers. So, what am I doing now? Pocket Wanderings, which is like my baby, I'm trying to diversify my traffic sources as much as possible. I think it's going to take a long time, but I'm determined to stick at it. Alongside that, I've actually started 2 new blogs. I don't know what's wrong with me. Both are experiments. One is an SEO-led beauty blog where I'm going after low-volume search terms. Honestly, it's just an experiment to see whether it's still possible to create a successful SEO-led blog in the current climate. If it ends up being successful, and it's actually going fairly well so far, touch wood, then I'll likely diversify there too. The other blog is going to be Facebook and Pinterest led, and I have to say it's been really liberating to focus on social traffic rather than just trying to please Google. It's not quite fully launched yet, so it's still in the very early stages, but it's a home and interiors blog and therefore very visual, so it should be perfect for social media and email. Honestly, taking this new approach to blogging has given me a new perspective and hopefully in the near future a lot more control over my traffic. And that's something I think more bloggers should consider, diversifying where you get your traffic from so you are not just relying on one platform. So, is blogging dead? Absolutely not, it's just evolved. If you're willing to adapt and diversify, there's still so much opportunity out there, whether it's through SEO, social media, digital products, or email marketing. Vlogging is still a very viable career if you approach it with the right mindset and strategy. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you been affected by the Google updates in the last year? And are you thinking about switching up your traffic strategy? What's working for you? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want more insights like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.